Mom, when I think of you, I think of what a wonderful teacher you were. Whether it be homeschooling, which I don't know how you got through it, or just life skills with your wonderful patience, your grace, your wisdom. Thank you, Mom, for being just you. And I'll see you later, Mom.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm so fortunate that I had you in my life, for last few years for sure. And I appreciate that you showed your son what a mother and a wife, a friend, a grandmother should be. And we will keep those memories with us close until we see you again.
This last Christmas, Mom sent me a really special gift. She sent me a record of Christopher Parkening playing classical guitar. He was playing Bach. She sent a note with it that said, "Hi Jeff, here's a record that I bought brand new 40 years ago, and it made me think of you. I was looking through my things and thought that maybe you would want to have this." And she was right. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful, great gift. It was a perfect gift, and I absolutely loved it. And it actually was really special to me that she sent me that, and it just made me think about uh, my relationship with Mom in terms of music. And after I was thinking about that, I realized we had a lot of musical things. A lot of my memories were based upon music, I guess. So thinking back to it, when I was younger, uh, Mom kind of showed me how to sing tenor in a funny way, because I remember we would be singing at church and you could hear the melody pretty easily, and then you could hear Mom's hearty alto a fifth above the melody, and I just knew that tenor was right in the middle, and so she she kind of helped me find that. Uh, but it was always fun to hear Mom sing, and she always loved to sing hymns. She always loved her hymns, and she loved to play hymns too. I remember when we were young, she would play hymns on piano as well. She played Mark Hayes arrangements. She loved her Mark Hayes, and she played those in the evenings.
Which I have the music now, which is super fun, but I'm pretty sure she probably played them better.
Yeah, yeah. So, and she taught us kids how to play piano, all of us kids, um, and she was very patient with us. Even though we were kind of squirrely, she was a good teacher. So, yeah, and then Mom also, outside of music, Mom also she had a pretty good beat on relationships. I remember when I brought Brooke home to meet the parents. It was kind of a little nerve wracking, but everything was great. I mean, it's Brooke. She was great, and I remember after dinner, I was in the kitchen alone with Mom, and Mom looked over at me and she had a twinkle in her eye, and she said, "She's the one."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mom knew.
She did. She knew.
Mom knew about as well as I did at the time, and
She knew more. She definitely knew more.
yeah, she knew more. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so um, mom was just one of the most genuine people I've ever met, and I remember she would pray. She would pray a lot. She would go into her room when we were kids, and she would tell us, you can't come into the room. You have to leave me undisturbed for about an hour, and I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna pray. And it kind of reminds me of Grandpa and Grandma Hazen. Grandpa and Grandma Hazen would pray for everybody, and they'd have their shoebox they would go through, praying for people. And Mom did the same kind of thing. She was always very, very selfless, very, very much looking out for others, and praying for others, and cared about others very deeply. So so we miss Mom. We miss Mom very much, and we look forward to seeing her again one day in heaven.
Amen.
My mom was such an amazing mom. I didn't realize it growing up, but when I became a mom myself and looking back, I'm just blown away at how she did all she did for us, and her patience, and just all the crafts she did with us and the activities. I couldn't have asked for a better mom. And I was trying to think of some of my favorite memories to share, and I realized that a lot of the memories that are the most special to me are in some of the hardest times in my life. Times where I was scared or hurting. And she was there for me and comforting me and praying with me and singing with me and just being who I really turned to for that comfort that I needed in that time. And those memories are so precious to me. And I have so many great ones, not just in those hard times, but in every day-to-day life. I loved calling her just to talk for an hour about what we did that day and what we saw and our thoughts on this and that. Those were some special times, being able to talk with her, becoming a mom myself and being able to share that with her, and to get her wisdom and knowledge on so many things. I always turned to her when I didn't know what to do, not with just parenting, but in general life things. I would call her up and say, "Mom, how do I do this? How do I do that?" And she was always there for me. She always knew what to say to give comfort or to help me out. Even once she moved to Arizona, she was always there for me. And we miss her so much now. And it's been hard without her. But I know that she is now not in any pain. She's up there with Jesus and my Aunt Chris, her mom and dad. And that gives us a little bit of comfort. But we're still gonna miss her. There's no one quite like her. No one that can match her way of making everyone around her feel comfortable and loved and accepted. We loved her very, very much. We always will.
Hi, everybody. I want to thank you for your prayers. This morning, when I got up out of bed, is the first morning I haven't felt like 500 pounds was weighing me down. I just felt normal. It only lasted for about 5 minutes, but still, it was good. That's the first day that's happened for a long time. Thank you too for all your giving toward my treatment in Mexico. That's a whole other story that I could take a long time to talk about, but it was really a God-given thing. And we are really grateful that we were able to do that. What has God been teaching me in the last few months? I would say if I could use one word to describe it, the word would be wait. For somebody who likes to hurry up and get everything done, wait is not a nice word. But it's been hard to adjust to all this. Day after day, not having enough energy to get much of anything done. And thankfully now the pain is much less, but it was pretty bad there for a while. And so, not knowing the future, don't know what's going to happen, don't know if this is going to happen, it'll be like this for the rest of my life. And is the rest of my life pretty soon? Or what? Anyway, God has just said, wait. And I think of the last 2 verses in Psalm 27. The first phrase is the way the New American Standard Version translated it. I would have despaired unless I believed I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Yes, wait for the Lord. And what does it mean to wait for him? I think of Job, who waited for who knows how long, wanting to figure out why he was suffering so much. My suffering is like as big as the head of a needle compared to what he went through. And God never told him why. What God taught him was that he is sovereign. I can wait on the God who's sovereign, who will do what is best out of his wisdom, who will do what is best out of his love.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire in darkest night. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. And I have lived in the goodness of God. Yeah. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been as a testimony. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. Yeah. All my life you have